Hi, good evening,
Hi.
everybody. Thank you all for popping on tonight. So I'm just going to introduce myself first of all, for those that are watching that might not know me and haven't come across one of my lives before. So I'm Emma. I'm a business leadership mentor and digital marketing strategist. And I'm a coach that works with mums in particular to help them release their limiting beliefs, step into their true power, and achieve success in their lives and their online businesses. So I've started doing a series of interviews of mums as well that are also in businesses. And tonight's topic is all going to be about mental health and anxiety in particular, which is a subject that I don't think enough people talk about or and are open about it. And I know for sure that every single person that is going to tune in and watch tonight has been touched by mental health issues in some way. You know, you'll either suffer from mental health or an anxiety disorder, or you will know someone that does. This is something that I feel quite strongly about because I suffer from anxiety and depression myself. So tonight we're going to be talking with the lovely Sarah, who suffers from anxiety herself. So if you just want to let everyone know who you are, Sarah, what you do, and just tell them a little bit about your story.
Hi, I'm Sarah, mama four, and I'm a business and mindset coach as well. So it's really awesome for me to come on tonight and tell you all about my story. So basically, where it started for me is I know a lot of people are going to say this, that it's wrong, and you probably won't believe what I've got to say, right? So this mental health journey started when I was 6 years old. And that was the first time that I actually experienced something that was quite horrific for my age. It all stemmed from having quite a violent and vile background from parents and, yeah, from my parents. We lived in a household full of children and alcoholics and abusive people, really. So you can imagine it was quite hard. And at that particular time, I was going through a lot of bullying at school and got bullied by a girl in particular. And that week, I thought I had enough, totally had enough. So that is where my mental health started from and stemmed from, really. So it's taken me a long time, I'm now 34, to get to this particular stage in my life where I feel more free. I wouldn't say it's gone, but I'm saying I feel more free, definitely. Because it's never truly gone, is it?
No.
So at the moment where I'm at, I've really just battled my way through things, and I thought, oh, do you know what? If I can't do it. I can't do it. And you constantly tell yourself, you can't do something, don't you? And it's so much easier to share this with people that have actually been through the same stuff and kind of know exactly how this feels. It really is. And, it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I actually started to release absolutely everything that I've been through in my life and, sort of take on board, yeah, that's happened and the past is in the past. We are going forward and I'm using the present to be able to get myself out of the situations that I was in before.
I think that's the thing, though. I think you have to release and let go of, kind of get down into the root of what the issue was and work through that to actually be able to move on, really. Because otherwise, you're working on yourself constantly, but you just keep on going around in a circle, chasing your tail. Have you had experiences like that? I know I have.
All the time, even still now, Emma, to be honest with you, it's a constant battle with my own self. And, with having the 4 children as well, they keep you healthy and happy. And, but sometimes you feel like, oh, I just don't want anybody around me. Just leave me, oh. You're in that situation where your head just wants to explode and you just want 5 minutes to just snuggle under your duvet. I still have those days. But it's how long do you remain in that actual state for? Now it gets shorter and shorter. And that is just purely from mindset training, purely. I mean, I've had all the cognitive behavioural therapy. I've had all that stuff, and it never worked for me. I've had the tablets, never worked for me, you know, and that was the only thing. When I found network marketing and I found personal development, it was like, wow, what is this stuff? Give me some more.
You become a junkie, don't you? You're like addicted to working on yourself and working on your mind. But it's about retraining your mind.
Totally.
I don't think any medications ever work for me.
No, I mean, you're hardwired as a person, and it's about getting deep and dirty with yourself and kind of digging up all that crap that you had from the past and reburying it and putting lovely flowers all over the top. And that's how I like to think about it, you know, as kind of my little grave to my past. This is it. And we've dug it all up, and then we've popped it all back down again and put some gorgeous flowers all over the top. And I know now that is it. I'm happy.
I like that. I like the way that you put that. Okay.
It's a little bit different.
For people that are watching tonight that might not know too much about anxiety disorders, if you can just kind of explain to us on a bad day, when you're having a really bad day, you know, what kind of thoughts go through your minds? What's the bad day in the mind of someone who's got an anxiety disorder?
Okay, some days that it gets so bad where I actually can't go out. I'm so angry at myself, and another reason that I started to home educate my children because I found it so difficult to take them to school. And, you know, it got so bad for me to take them to school that I'd be angry at my husband, I'd be angry at the kids, and that's not fair. So, you know, that for me is hard. You know, even if I want to walk up the shop and get a loaf of bread, it's just not possible. I cannot get out of that situation sometimes. And, you know, it is hard. And you do sort of think about doing bad things and, you know, thinking, oh, well, I'll just go and get drunk then. Why not? You know, try and suppress the situation. And that is how I feel sometimes. Yeah.
So what kind of thoughts do you have? What's going through your mind that's stopping you?
I'm not good enough. I'm never good enough for anything. You know, if I'm on a really crap day, I'm not good enough. I can't do anything. I'm not like that person. Just really, really rubbish stuff that I know. Yeah. Actually, when I'm on a good day, I'm not like that. I'm better than that person. And, you know, now it takes me even less time to get out of that situation. Whereas before, I couldn't even get out of it. I've been in it for weeks. It is hard. It's a constant battle with your own self, your own mind, and it's awful, really.
Yeah, I know. I get it myself. Like I was having a terrible day today. You know, you wake up and you've got brain fog, and you procrastinate about everything. You hate everyone. You can't stand to be around anyone, and your mind is just filled with negative thoughts. And I was supposed to go out and I was supposed to see my friends today, but I just thought, you know what? I've just got to take a day to myself. I need to clear my mind. I've got Taylor's dad to pick him up for a few hours, and I literally just took myself off and walked in the woods for an hour, and then I came home and cleaned. But that's what I need to do to make myself feel better. Get outside, fresh air, out in nature. And I think that we need to learn to become more self-aware and know what we need to do when we get into that state. Because as you've said, it's about being able to pick yourself up again. It's not about never feeling like that, but knowing how to turn it around. Yeah, and what to do.
One thing that I've used to turn it all around is journaling. Now, if I'm having a really, really crap day, I'll just think, do you know what? Just take 5 minutes for myself, whether I lock myself in the bathroom away from the kids or whatever, and just write in my diary exactly how I'm feeling. Yeah. I don't care if it's like, right, I feel really crap, or I feel like I could drink 10 bottles of wine. You know, I write it all down to actually, then you can look at what you've done and how you feel, and then, you know, you can sort of establish some sort of routine from that. you can get yourself out of it quicker if you start to journal. And I found that really, really helped me.
Yeah, it's something that I've started doing as well myself. Let me just check my other question. So you obviously run your own business and you're a mum. So
Yes.
how does anxiety actually affect the running of your business, and how do you overcome that and push through?
Sometimes I just sit there and I think I can't do it, or oh my god, this is going to take me ages. So the procrastination totally comes into play then. You know, the only way that I can kind of get myself back out of it at the moment is to just go for a walk. Like you said, get in touch with nature. If I'm feeling totally rubbish and I can't go out, I just go out in my back garden and just 5 minutes meditation or something like that, get myself back to being me, you know, refocus myself. Really, I'm really creative as well, so I like to create something. If I'm really crap, a really crap day, then I'll go and create something, write something. You know, that really helps because it draws your attention away from how you are feeling and putting it into a purpose, something else that you could possibly give to somebody else, or, you know, use at a later date. And that really helps for me. But if I didn't have that stuff, do you know, I don't know what I'd do, to be quite honest. You've got to find a way to channel it. You really do. That the journaling though, it's if you learn what triggers you've got through your anxiety or your depression or whatever, if you learn what triggers you have, like I said, you can put a number on them, you know, class them from 1 to 10 and actually take some deep breaths even before you get to, well, I don't know if you get like this, but I get panic attacks as well. I'm like, I can't control myself.
Yeah, I used to, not so much anymore, because obviously I've been working on myself and using certain techniques to work through it. But it used to be that bad that sometimes I'd have a panic attack in my car. I'd be driving down the road and there'd be a diversion or something that I wasn't expecting, or there'd be traffic or, you know, anything like that. And all of a sudden I'm just overcome with fear and I just can't breathe. And it actually feels like you're having a heart attack. It's
Yeah,
like you don't know what to do with yourself. I've had to pull up and just stop my car because it's been that bad. But thankfully, I haven't had one for few months now, 2 or 3 months now.
yeah, sometimes they just bite you in the backside though, don't they? When you
Yeah, they just come out of the blue.
yeah. I mean, I've got a really cool a thing that I do at the moment, and you know, like I don't get them very often anymore. I probably get them once every 6 months, and it probably reoccur like back in September or something because my children have decided they want to go back to school. So I'm a little bit sad about that. But never mind. So I expect that will come back because that's where I was last time, about a year ago, really. So what I do is I just take some deep breaths and just sort of try and close my eyes. I'll sit on a park bench, wherever I am, just sit down and take 10 deep breaths and count to 10 while I'm doing it. Then what I will do is I'll reevaluate the situation in my mind and think, oh, actually, am I really that anxious as I was before? Ask myself the question, if I'm still as anxious, I will do it again until I'm less anxious, because it gives your mind something else to focus on.
That's a really great thing.
It really works.
So you've talked about meditation and journaling. Are there any other techniques that you use yourself to work on your mental health?
Affirmations have got to be the most powerful one for me. They are absolutely fantastic. You can tailor them to yourself, you know, and you can say them every day in your head, in your mirror, out loud, wherever you want. And I think if I didn't have affirmations or didn't know about them, then I think I'd be screwed.
Definitely. But I think my personal experience using affirmations, if you just go on look online, or you're just given a list of affirmations, or someone says use these affirmations, they don't work, and they won't work because you have no connection to them. they don't mean anything to you. But if you can personally write out your own affirmations about deep-rooted fears that you have and turning that around so that it's what you actually want and need to hear, and it has a deep-rooted connection to you, that's when they're powerful and they really do work.
Yeah.
So if anyone's thinking of using them, really try and get deep and think about the affirmations that you need to. And I find as well, it's about how they make you feel. So rather than just coming out with a statement, adding in, I feel such and such, however it makes you feel, because that really helps you connect to it. And it makes it even more powerful because you can actually visualize it in your mind.
Yeah, I think it's pointless unless you can actually visualize it, to be quite honest.
Because if you don't believe something and you can't see it, then you're still gonna carry on doing the same things, like on the hamster wheel.
Oh yeah, totally. You know, like I said, it's not easy, but you know, if you use certain techniques, you can get there. It is possible. I mean, I'm living proof of it, for God's sake. You know, Emma, you're exactly the same. And you know how far you've actually come as people with the condition. You know, it's absolutely amazing that these strategies that we've used do work, that we're here doing this now. This is amazing. We're on a live video, for God's sake. It's like,
I remember when I did my first live last year, I was like having heart palpitations. I was nearly fainting on the live passing.
But it's not easy, is it? But it just goes to show you can do it. You can sort of break that cycle. You can break that mold. It's just working constantly. Don't give up. There is hope out there.
Don't give up. So my last question. There's differing opinions about this, so I just wanted to know what your opinion is. Do you think that you can never really cure anxiety disorders yourself? Some people think that you can't. It's just a mental illness and it'll always be there. But some people believe that you can by obviously using techniques that you've already talked about.
I don't think it can be, personally. I think it'll always be there for me. I don't know why I feel like that, but maybe I should start telling myself it will be gone. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Use affirmations.
Yeah, but I'm kind of just feeling like, you know, I don't know why I feel like that, to be honest. I really don't. There's just something in the back of my mind that says I'm always going to be this way. And I have to learn to live with that, which, you know, I have through the power of doing these strategies, these things that I do every day. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see. We'll have to watch this back.
Well, we'll have this conversation in 12 months. Is there anyone else watching that has any questions at all for us? If not, and I think that's about it. Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to add, Sarah?
No, I think I'm good. I think I've covered everything, actually. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming on tonight and talking with me about this. And thank you, everyone that's tuned in. And I will be back on, what day is it today? It's Monday. I'll be back on Thursday. All right. Night, Sarah. Evening, everyone.
Good night. Take care.
Bye.